Hi guys, and welcome in this video. This video is going to be a bit special. It's going to be different than usual. During this video, we are going to capitalize on what we have seen previously. Previously, we have discovered how to draw a trading techniques, which is the Bollinger Bands. After that, we have seen how we can download market data, how we can download live market data. And right now, and the purpose of this video is to be able to use a trading techniques in order to predict how the market is going to act. Essentially, in the video on how to get market data, we have learned how to get live data. And we have seen at the end of the previous chapter, in the video on concerning the Bollinger Band, how we are able to draw the Bollinger Band in order to predict market movement. So, along this video, we are going to apply the Bollinger Band during a live trading session. Actually, it's 6:19 in London, which means that 5:19 in New York. If you look at what time is in New York, is actually 1:19 p.m. That means that the market is still open. We are going to draw the Bollinger Band and check out if it's possible to predict if the market is going to go down or to go up. In order to do so, as an example, we are going to use the S&P 500. And after that, you can make a test with any share that you want to test. But right now, the first share that you are going to test is we are going to trade on the S&P 500, and we are going to check if the Bollinger Band is going to help us to draw a trading strategy. Okay guys, let's go. We are going to do mainly a copy paste to what we have seen in the two previous videos and articles, which was the Bollinger Band and how to download live market data. So we are going to start by importing the basic packages, which are NumPy and Pandas. After that, you will have to download your data source. If you remember well, Pandas data reader are working very well to download previous market data. But if you want live market data, you're going to have to go through Yahoo Finance API. That's what we are going to do here. Choose Yahoo Finance API as a data source. And use Plotly in order to visualize our data and our band. Let's go. Okay. Now we have imported our packages. Okay, let's put a title to the live graph that we are going to draw. Live graph. Execute. Okay. If you remember, in order to download data from Yahoo Finance, you have to type yf.download, set up the ticker, set up the period, and set up the interval. What we are going to do here, we are going to take an interval of 1 minute, and we are going to draw the Bollinger Band based on the 20 last minutes, which means that the trading strategy that we are going to use right now, we are going to develop a swing trading strategy, which means that essentially we are going to make I'm going to make a quick recap on the Bollinger Band, but essentially you making the average on the 20 last minutes, you picking up the standard deviation of the 20 latest minutes, and you will have like an insight about the volatility, and based on this volatility, you can detect if the market gonna correct to the down or gonna correct to the high. That's what we are going to do here. But if you want to know more about Bollinger Band, I highly encourage you to go back on the Bollinger Bands videos and to learn more on how we can use our standard deviation and the normal distribution to be able to predict the market movement. Okay guys, let's go. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to download the S&P data. If you look at it, that's the latest market data. It's like 1:22:41 seconds, and if you look at the time in New York, it's 122. And we are 6th of November, which means we are 2 days after the US election. And let's see how the market is acting today. Okay, first thing is to download the data. Once we have downloaded the data, if you remember, we have to draw our middle band, upper band, and lower band. I'm not gonna go back on it, but yeah, essentially the middle band is gonna be the average of the 21 last period. And right now the period is defined by minutes, which means that we are going to pick up the 21 last minutes and create a new column with the average plus 1.96 and minus 1.96 standard deviation. Let's continue, and we are going to plot it, which means we're gonna have like to use Plotly. And with Plotly, if you remember well, the first command to do and to set up is to declare your figure. The latest one gonna be to show the figure, and in between you're gonna have to set up essentially how we're gonna set up our graph here. That's gonna be our candlestick of the different price movement during the day, the different candlestick which is gonna move, plus based on it we're gonna draw our middle band, higher band, and lower band, and we are going to check if we are able to predict the market using this trading strategy. Okay, let's cross our 3 band, the middle band, the upper band, and the lower band. You can just copy and paste the code from the video on Bollinger Band strategy. We are going to draw our candlestick, same but from the video on candlestick. I'm just copy and pasting the code that you can find. You're gonna have the Jupyter notebook attached to it, and you're gonna be able to use it if you're interested of. Let's add a title. That's gonna be, so instead of Uber, that's gonna be SP500 live share price evolution. I'm going to add the dictionary in order to be able to filter on the last 15 minutes or the last 45 minutes. And let's execute. Okay, right now we have the latest market data, and we can already analyze how the Bollinger Bands are acting. For instance, if we have followed the Bollinger Band from the beginning of the day, we would have bought our shares at this moment, which means at 9 a.m. and 56 minutes, we'd have bought shares on the S&P at this time. We would have sold at 10.08, and in between, as you can see, we would have made 349. We would have made around. Would have made some few pips, which means if you make the calculation, that must be around 0.3%, which is not huge, but in 10 minutes, that's something which can be interesting. Here, I'm just making you a live session on how to use Bollinger Band. And for instance, you can use the Bollinger Band in order to be able to detect like if that's the right time or not to buy the share. For instance, if you see that you are at this moment, for instance, let's zoom on this part of the graph. Yeah, for instance, if you see that, for instance, at 10:30, that has no sense to buy a share on the S&P 500. It's much more interesting to just wait a few minutes until the price goes down from 350 to 349 and buy at this moment. Again, sell at this moment, buy, sell, and etc. But as you can see, the Bollinger Band strategy is working very well to have like a trend in order to know if the shares gonna have a tendency to go up or to go down. And now if we focus on the last 45 minutes, let's focus on the last 45 minutes. What is happening? Yeah, right now the share price is like 125. Based on the evolution, we don't have we don't have any indication if the price is going up or if the price is going down. But for instance, if we were at this moment, like we can easily see that at 12:32, the price on the market was going to go down, and at 12:36 the price was going to go up. Okay, now let's refresh the market data. That's going to be a question for you. At this moment, does the price is going to go up or to go down? Let's recall the market data and check what's happened. Okay, if you look at it, right now we are just hit an upper band, which means that's the right time to sell the shares. But again, that's a prediction, which means you can't have a prediction that's going to be 100% accurate, but that's going to give you a trend, which means that if you want to buy the shares right now, that's definitely not the moment. For instance, we can also try the Bollinger Band with random shares. For instance, if we choose, let's say, Jacobs Engineering, that's shares that I really like. Yeah, as you can see, for instance, if you focus on what's happened, as you can see, very often as soon as you hit the lower bands, the price is going up, down, and that's moving between the bands. For instance, if we focus on Jacobs Engineering, right now you can see, for instance, like if you go on it, you can see what was the highest and the lowest. So this don't move during this minute, but yeah, as you can see, right now the price gonna have a tendency to go up. If we refresh, you're gonna see that the price must have went up. Yeah, we went little bit upper. Let's go back on the S&P 500 and let's check if the price went down. Let's go up. Yeah, and let's look at the last 15 minutes. As you can see now, the price is going down. For instance, if you chose to short at this moment, you can be sure that the price is going down. And if you refresh it in 1 and 2 minutes, you're gonna see that the price is gonna continuously go down until it reaches the lower band, which is gonna be an indication that the price is gonna go up. Okay, let's re-execute and see what's happening. Yeah, let's focus again. Yeah, that's the price continued to go down. We went from 350 and yeah, it's going down. Okay, and if you want to make like a quick, like I don't know, like just a quick view of how much you can make, for instance, you can just like pick up some numbers and like make a quick comparison, or let's do it on Jacobs Engineering, which is a little bit more volatile. And as you know, because that's based on the normal distribution, more the stock is volatile and more you're gonna make money with the Bollinger Band. For instance, if we take a look at Jacobs Engineering, if you have to follow the Bollinger Band, let's say just between this period, for instance, if you have sold, or let's say, if you have sold your shares at 99 and bought it at 98, 99 and 98.3. Okay, just a quick calculation, minus 98.3. So 99.0, so 0.1, let's round it to 98.3 and divided by 99.1, just to have like a percentage movement that you have made in terms of return, minus times 100 in order to have it in percentage. Let's execute. Yeah, you would have made 0.8% return in between 10:49 and in 10 minutes you would have made 0.8% return. For instance, in France right now, if you put your money in the bank, you're making 0.5% return in 1 year, which means that just by following the Bollinger Band, you can potentially increase your benefits. Again, if you have bought your shares at 98.3 and sold it like when you went close by the higher bands, that must be the same. That's the return if you put your money in the bank in France, for instance. Yeah, and that's working exactly the same. For instance, again, if you bought your shares at 97, you sell it when you hit a higher band. And yeah, and for instance, if we rerun the data, you will see that now that's going up. Yeah, you have another light candlestick, a green candlestick, because the market is actually going up. And let's look at the S&P if the market is following the trend that we have predicted. Let's execute. Yeah, as we have predicted a few minutes ago that the market was going to go down, and indeed the market is going down based on the Bollinger Band. Essentially, the Bollinger Band is just a tool. It's not 100% accurate, but that's a trading strategy which is gonna provide you insight and a prediction if the market if the share price gonna go up or gonna go down. And obviously, the Bollinger Band doesn't predict the residuals. For instance, if let's say Donald Trump bring a tweet and on Twitter is saying, okay, this company is bad, the market gonna obviously go down, and the Bollinger Band can't predict this kind of event. But in 95% of the case, the Bollinger Band gonna work quite effectively, and mainly for the shares which are quite stable, that's cool. And for shares who are more volatile, you have more benefits, but that's a little bit more risky. Okay, it was just like a session where I want to show you how we can capitalize on what we have learned previously inside the class, and how you can implement your first trading strategy, and how you can start making money for yourself, and how you can use it. For instance, if you want to buy the shares, okay, just draw your Bollinger Band and just think, okay, is it the right time or not to buy it, or should I wait 1 hour, or let's say, should I wait? Because like, if you see like 0.8%, that's something which is consequence. It's not crazy, but for 10 minutes waiting, I believe that's worth to wait 10 minutes and increase the revenue by 0.8%, by 1%, which is interesting. Okay. Gonna bring you like a quiz at the end of this video. If you are up to, I just want to see an example from you of how you have managed to implement the Bollinger Band, and to tell me at which moment do you think you should buy, or you should sell your shares. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you.